Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Mira and today we're going to be getting into a little bit about what you need to know for your next chapter. We're about to be in Scorpio season, or what's today? Oh, we are in Scorpio season. What am I talking about? We are decently into Scorpio season. I should know that. Both of my brothers are Scorpios. That's so crazy. Anyways, we are in Scorpio season, and this is basically the time of year, if you don't know, where we shed a lot of skin. And by skin, of course, I mean ego, layers of self, beliefs, old mindsets, patterns, people, relationships, all of that. So let's get right on into it. So we have a pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. The timestamps are down below, and I will see you guys in your reading. Toodles. Hello, pile number 1. You guys picked like the light things, like the whole bunch of light things. Yeah, you know what picture that you picked. Okay. So let's get into your next cycle, or your next chapter, I should be saying. Sorry, I don't have my, my microphone right now. I'm doing things a lot differently than I used to do it, because I used to do tarot, and then I stopped because I'm just like, you know what? This isn't fulfilling. But I've been called to do it again for like a while now, and I'm finally doing it, and you're my first pile that's actually going to be posted, so I'm sorry if I'm a little jittery. You might also be a little anxious right now, because we have the High Priestess coming in reverse. I feel like this is sort of a double message. Okay. So I feel like, and the anxiety has calmed down already now that I have the message. Oh, okay. It's like you guys are waiting to hear back from something, or waiting to see the results of whatever sort of labor you've been putting in, whatever sort of investments you have made. Or it could just be a decision, anything. You're waiting to see results from something that you've been either counting on for a while, or that your hopes are very high for. And with this High Priestess in reverse, it's like this thing could for a while have been really wishy-washy. The picture wasn't very clear. And I feel like that picture is very soon going to become very clear for you. You're going to get your concrete answers, or you're going to get some sort of something. And this is deeper than just a sign. This isn't like, oh, you're going to get a sign that something's about to happen, or that, this is about to be resolved. It's like you're going to get the results, especially with this High Priestess here. You're going to get the results. And I also feel like this fear in the pit of my stomach. And I feel like that's why it came out in reverse. But let's get on to your next chapter. I feel like this is the energy right here that's dying off. That's why I feel the fear in my throat and my stomach. Because you guys are purging that. You guys are purging some sort of mindset, or I don't want to say instability, but what is the word? Damn. Insecurity. I don't know. There's something emotionally that you guys are purging here. And it's ending this cycle. The fact that you're purging and transmuting. And when I'm looking at this card, this lady, because it's upside down, this lady has on like a patterned like overthrow jacket, whatever. And it's like lace, and upside down, this part kind of looks like a really weird, ugly, scary face. And you guys might be seeing a lot more problems because your old paradigm, that mindset that's clearing out right now, saw a lot of problems in everything. They searched for the problems, and not intentionally, but because that's how they functioned, that's how they got through life, that's how they survived, that's what they knew. And very recently, I would like to say, you guys have been implementing a new mindset or a new way of being. Okay. So the other message here that I'm getting with this High Priestess in reverse is like, soon, like that hypervigilance that I always need to know. I always have to be at the forefront of the decision making. I always have to call the shots and be at the head of the table. I feel like that energy that you've built in survival, in self-defense, is going to be cracking a little bit, and it's going to be softening up. You're going to start to see that you don't need to shoulder everything, and that you don't need to anticipate everything. I feel like this shift that is coming for you, wow, it reminds me of pile 1 that I did on Threads. Actually, this energy here, it's the same name on Threads, so if you want to check that out. But this energy here, hold up, I had to regather myself and remember what I said. Thank God I'm doing this on audio. So the shift that's coming for you, it's like it sort of shows you a lighter way of being. This, in this new chapter, you recognize that you don't need to have such a hardened outlook, and it's kind of giving me, and I only pulled the High Priestess so far, but it's kind of giving me like 7 of Wands kind of energy, where you have to be alert and vigilant, and hyper vigilant, and because you have threats coming in from every angle. Let's pull another card for you guys. I swear to God, if I get the 7 of Swords, I'm gonna die. Let's use a different deck. More about this new cycle coming in for pile number 1. Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Back of the deck is the World. This is like seeing yourself differently and seeing how many options you actually have. Maybe before you didn't really value yourself in the way that you do now, and this new chapter is going to reflect that new appreciation for self and for what you can do. The things that you touch are going to also be really fertile in this season. So make sure with this 9 of Cups right here, especially in the way that it's portrayed in this deck, it's the moment after tarot. Definitely with this 9 of Cups, make sure that, like, I'm getting big with spending. Like, make sure you're budgeting, make sure you're saving, make sure you're reserving, and also make sure that, damn, I lost my first train of thought again. Yeah. Make sure you have discipline in the way that you are taking this ease of this new chapter. That's an interesting way to put it, but let's see. Okay. Queen of Swords reversed. So I feel like if there's been a lot of conflict in your life, yeah, we have the 5 of Wands, and in this tarot, like, they're all putting their wands down. They don't want to Like, it's like, all right, let's talk it out. We had our go at each other. So the energy here with the Queen of Swords and the Five of Wands on the back of the deck really feels like this will be not the end of miscommunication. I don't know why I said miscommunication. I was gonna say confrontation or conflict. So there might be a lot of miscommunication here that is coming to an end, or you're going to have some sort of understanding about this miscommunication and what works better. Yeah, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, and it coming out in reverse really makes me feel like that hypervigilance that I was talking about. So I feel like this is even further reiterating the fact that you don't have to always have your guard up. You can express more of your real self in a way that is authentic without feeling like you're persecuted. I feel like for you guys, pile number one, with that message that I just said, you very likely have grown up in spaces where you sort of had to contort yourself in order to be accepted fully. And I mean, that's not even fully being accepted, but you know what I mean. But in this next chapter, you're going to realize that you don't have to contort yourself. For this next chapter in your career, in your life, in your persona, in your relationships, you're going to find yourself surrounded by situations and people, evidence that you can be you and can be accepted. And that's why I feel like this next chapter of your life is going to be such a massive shift for you, because that is a massive shift in self and self-perception. And when you surround yourself, when you go from being in an environment where you're not accepted unless you're a chameleon or a version of yourself that you're not meant to be, or not meant to be all of the time, it can really develop a distorted version of self. It feels like it took a lot of healing for you to get to this chapter where you're finally starting to actually reimagine yourself in the way that you were always meant to see yourself. Or, yeah, the way you were always meant to see yourself. It was 12/12 as I said that. Okay, let's pull one more card. The Moon. Back of the deck, the Fool in reverse. Okay. What do they need to know about this next chapter? I kind of feel like the less you know, the better. It might be full of surprises. But it does come with like a lot of decisions as well right here with the Moon, with that duality of the Moon. This is also like consistently showing up as the new version of self as well. So that could be something that they want you to know, to make sure that you are showing up as the version of yourself that you want to be, rather than the version of yourself that you're so used to carrying or being or fitting into. I did say I want to keep these messages short, and it has been short. So we're going to go into your oracle cards, which I pre-shuffled because I wanted to save myself some time. Oh, ringing in my ears. You guys might be getting a big message. What did I say in the beginning of your reading? Okay, we already established that we're getting a big message soon. We are getting some news. We are getting some good news. Approved. All right. I just I saw in my head, if any of you watch Charlotte Dobra, like, oh, all rise for the honorable Judge Charlotte. Okay, somebody might be winning a court case or something like that. Okay, all right, that was a message for somebody. Let's keep it serious. All right, so we have from my little flower deck, Crocus, breathe, calm, rest, stop, and just be. What was I saying with the High Priestess in reverse? You don't need to know it all. You don't need to be it all. You don't need to do it all. You don't need to search. You can, that might be for somebody, searching for answers, searching for purpose, but what you really need to do right now is just settle into who you are and settle into who you want to be. Calm, rest, stop, and just be. All right, now we have some like little messages. It says, do what you love. Strengthen your gifts. Yeah, with that ringing, you guys might be very gifted as well. And I was only trying to pull 3, but we had a card stick onto another card, so you guys got 4 messages here. And we have bust out of your cocoon. What, you know. And then tune out distractions. Yeah, focus on what you want, not what you don't want, and not what's not bringing you success. Focus on anything that actually brings you joy and passion. Focus on what feels right and important. That aligns with your values. And your last card here is an animal spirit card that I'm going to read from the deck. You guys got the beaver. All right. Bear with me, guys. Beaver, hard worker, loyal, tireless, and family first. The beaver personality is a welcome sight. These good-natured and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm for family and express it by way of the earth element, providing a home and financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they work steadily, I heard tirelessly, for weeks, months, or years to see it through. The beaver card appears when the task at hand requires your long-term steady effort. It can also signify that it's time for some karmic or karma yoga, selfless service. When in balance, the beaver is happy and it produces meaningful work, or it puts in meaningful work. Oh my God, I'm so winded. When out of balance, it feels useless and worn out. To bring it back into balance, physical labor or selfless service. All right, guys, I love that for you. And I think that we're going to end it here. All right. I love you guys, and hopefully you love me too enough to stick around. I will see you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it. Toodles. Hello, pile number 2, and let's get into it. You guys chose the rainbow. Pile number 1 was decently short. We're gonna try to keep to that, but we'll see. All right, so let's get into your next chapter and what you need to know about it. Bitch, oh my god, I got the same card for pile number 1, so you might want to check out pile number 1, but I don't know if I'm going to keep this card. I think I'm going to keep shuffling, and if it really is your message, then it's going to come out again. But for some of you guys, that might just be a nod to pile number 1. All right, we have the 2 of Pentacles reversed. Back of the deck is the 8 of Swords. All right, honey buns. Your next chapter is one where things move fast because you're going to be making a lot more decisions, and you're going to be, I feel like this is like keeping a lot more commitments. With this 2 of Pentacles reversed, this feels like, to me, I was kind of getting the energy of like needing to put it all in. This 8 of Swords right here is like in the past, or this chapter that is closing out, okay? Because the energy is like, it was so positive, and then it was like a cloud or a blanket sort of fell over it. I sort of felt like an energetic, like weighted blanket, just like whew. So what I'm getting right here is that this chapter that you are leaving behind, and yes, you are leaving it behind, it's been a chapter where things might have felt very up and down, very rough. It's been a chapter where you've kept playing small or kept feeding into fear. And I feel like now I'm being dragged back into the regular message. So it's like we just had to address that, like, you were feeding into something that was unhealthy for you. Something in your life. Whether it be a job, a environment, a relationship, a mindset, a pattern of behavior, a belief process or belief system. You were feeding into something that was unhealthy for you, and it was causing very high highs and low lows. And a lot of like indecision, a lot of like maybe rash decisions, and then indecision, and then stagnancy. It's been a very yo-yo kind of year for you. And with this 2 of Wands reversed, this is like, to me, this is like finally picking a direction. We're putting down the wands and we're like reevaluating and doing things differently. Okay, I knew one flipped over. Yeah, we have two flipped over. Okay, no. We're going to put these back in the deck because these are from pile number 1. Maybe I put them back in the deck the wrong way. Oh my god, and another one flipped over. It's so interesting because the first card that I seen, I thought it was the Tower because of the coloring of the card, but it wasn't the Tower. It was the 10 of Swords. And then I saw the cards from pile number 1, and then just now I realized that the Tower did flip over, and I know that wasn't from pile number 1 because I didn't get the Tower in pile number 1. So that's interesting. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is also flipped over, guys. That is fucking crazy. Alright. Come on, Spirit. Alright. About this next cycle, what they need to know about it. We have the 2 of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. And what is that one? Another one flipped over? The 4 of Wands. Huh. I want to fill out this spread real quick. I didn't do that in pile number 1. You guys might literally 2 cards, the exact amount of cards I wanted to fill out the spread with. I just like to do my cards in like visually satisfying ways. Death and the Star reversed. Okay. 3 of Pentacles on the back of the deck. And 4 of Wands on the back of the other deck. Okay, guys. So, this new chapter challenges your belief system. I don't want to say that it's not going to be a little rocky, because it might be a little rocky, but it's going to be rocky good, as in, like, the outcome is going to far exceed. Okay. So the happiness level of the outcome is going to far exceed the discomfort of the challenges that you go through. And that might be something that's new in itself, just like being overall more happy. This chapter is confronting your views and your preconceptions. And I hear so many loud cars outside. I always say that a loud car or a siren or anything like that, as I'm in the middle of a message, is a message in itself. Usually I take it as confirmation. But you're going to see what happens when you love yourself loudly. That is one message that I just got. But the message that I was trying to say is this new chapter challenges your preconceptions on love and what it means to be loved and feel loved and what it means to love as well. I really want to address this 4 of Pentacles that is cuddled right in between death and the Star reversed. So it's like you guys are really needing, like, in this chapter, it's not that you're really needing. In this chapter, you guys are going to be closing that cycle of believing the worst of love and believing not even just the worst of love, but the worst of your own potential. This is not about love outside of the self. This is Jupiter, whatever the fuck. I know it's not Venus. I think it's Neptune. It's like love, but not on a romantic scale or not even on a like singular scale. It's like love in the broader sense of the world, and like the more, I think you guys understand what I'm talking about. And if you don't, you can look it up. But this new chapter is all about experiencing love differently. And so I think it's going to be a little rough in a different way, because you guys might be receiving more love or love in a different way in this new chapter or this new season, and it's going to feel very different. It's sort of like with this 4 of Pentacles, it's like, come on, put your coins down. But they're like, no, I've had these coins my whole life. These coins saved me from so many things when I needed to pay for this and do that. And I need these coins. And it's like, no, you can put them down now. Because he's sort of like, he's wrapped up and he's like upset and he's got all his coins in his arms and he's just, and it's the Grim Reaper in the back of the card. So it's like change is necessary and change is inevitable in this sense. You might be experiencing a kind of love or just receiving in this new chapter, a different level of experiencing the energy of being the receiver. And it's going to force you to look at things differently. We don't have any swords cards here. We have cups, pentacles. Yeah, we have cups, pentacles, and major arcana. We have also wands over here on the back of the decks. 3 of wands, 4 of wands. Interesting. So it's like you guys might be expecting that 5 of wands energy in this new chapter, but when it doesn't come or come the way that you expect it to, you're sort of going to be like, wait, what? What is this? You know how, like, kids who've experienced a lot of trauma, once they finally get with a stable adult in a stable environment, they will at some point lash out. They will regress a little bit because they're challenging in this new safe space. They're challenging exactly how much do I need to push in order for it to get as bad as it did before. Your brain is trying to prove to you that things are not different, because your brain proving to you that things are not different in your world right now it's safe. But this new chapter isn't necessarily about safety. We have the 2 of Pentacles reversed. That's dropping everything, right? We have the Star in reverse. We have death, the Wheel of Fortune. This is not about things being assured. This is about things falling into place. Yeah. Dropping everything, dropping into place, falling into place. And now I'm saying like a vision of, like, in those cartoons or whatever, when someone is carrying like a lunch tray and then like they get pushed or slipped or they fall or whatever, and somebody comes in with the tray and just catches everything all upright and fancy. Like that kind of energy here. It might look rough, and you might experience some roughness, but what it's leading to is a different dynamic between you and not just people, but like the world and the way that you interact with the world. You're going to become a lot, I said softer for pile number 1. Warmer is really the energy that I'm getting. Welcoming. I feel your energy very, like, right between my heart chakra and my solar plexus, like right under my ribs, right there. That's where I feel your energy. So it's the way that you're expressing yourself so differently, or the way that you're receiving expression so differently. It also allows you to do that as well, to soften up, to release the chains a little bit. Okay. Let's get into your oracle cards. I shuffled them already to save time, but I don't allow myself to look at them. So if they come out upright and I can see them, I put them back in the deck and I shuffle until I can't tell. So I don't know why it matters, but I just had to say that. So from my flower deck, we have Belladonna, silence, listen more, and be quiet. There might be some things revealed to you when you listen, or this might be you needing to come from more of like a listening perspective, needing to be, I don't want to say more accommodating, but more understanding maybe of other experiences, or even allowing yourself letting yourself be loved on by the universe, by people. We have be of service. So this could also be about the balance between receiving and giving. Maybe you've been, giving a lot. And yes, you're coming into this new receiving energy, but just, I don't want to say don't relax and allow yourself to be served, but also remember that appreciation, when gone two ways, it calls for more appreciation, you know? We have imagined solutions. So if you've been in a state of negative thinking or thinking negatively on something specific, this is your energies, your spirits trying to let you know to imagine solutions rather than fantasizing about the problems. And then we have claim your art. Like I said, with that solar plexus, heart chakra energy, this is expressing yourself differently, creating something different, sharing something different, or more specifically, sharing something from a different place within yourself. And your last card is the fucking unicorn. Oh my fucking god. Okay, so when I was first shuffling your piles, I was shuffling I was shuffling each deck. So like, for example, with this Animal Spirit Oracle, and you can pass my little ramble session, but it's only going to be like a minute or two. And I feel like it's significant. So I was shuffling this Animal Spirit deck for all three piles, and it wasn't working. And then I decided to shuffle each pile's oracle cards right before I did their own specific reading. But anyways, the first time I put one of your cards down, the first shuffle of the whole thing that I put one of your cards down, it was the unicorn card. And then I tried like 3 more times and it just didn't feel right. And then that's when I decided to do each pile individually. And like I said, I don't look at these cards. I don't allow myself to look at these cards at all. Like, if I see them, I put them back in the deck and we get a new card. So this was obviously meant to come out for you guys. You guys are definitely needing to hear whatever message this is. So the unicorn in this Animal Spirit deck, because the Animal Spirit deck is earth, air, fire, water, and spirit as well. So the unicorn is a part of the spirit portion of the deck. The dragon was also coming out a lot for you guys too, but I kept seeing it, so I wasn't taking it. Oh my god, where is this damn unicorn at? Watch it be the last one. No, it's second to last one. Alright, I'm about to read it for you. It says, reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. And this is a long one, so. Whew. Take a deep breath. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago? The mind answers, maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity. It encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. But we think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? Oh my gosh. You guys are definitely clearing out something in love and relationships, because it's like this energy of duality, that throat chakra that's coming out. But I'm so sorry. Back to the message. The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for the answers. And it says, the unicorn and the 6th chakra. It's no surprise that the subtle essence of the unicorn card resides at the 3rd eye, the exact place from which the unicorn's horn extends. This center is called the Ajna chakra, or command center. The ancient yogis believed it it to be responsible for our intellect, intuition, and deepest wisdom. Some say our two eyes see the past and present, while this third eye peers into the future. Okay, guys. So, take that however you want to take it. And, yeah, I'm sorry that I couldn't read for shit during your reading. But I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Well, hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like it. And yeah, toodles. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the, like, I don't know, like all the cups or like sideways neon traffic lights. I don't know how to explain it, but you guys know what picture you chose. So let's dive into your next chapter. We're going to try to keep this a little short. I just heard you guys are going to be getting rid of a poverty mindset. There are a lot of cards that want to talk right now, but I'm only asking for one, please. Okay. We have the Devil coming out, and back of the deck is the Wheel. Yeah, I feel like this next chapter of your life, you guys are going to be playing by different rules. You guys are saying goodbye to things that were holding you back and things that are no longer serving you because you guys are putting yourselves first. Yeah, I just pulled the 3 of Wands and then the Empress. They are both 3 cards. So this is something, this is about some sort of, it feels like some sort of collaboration that wasn't working. This could have been very unhealthy or toxic connections, partnerships, collaborations, dynamics between between 2 or more people. This feels like you cutting ties with energies that no longer give you what you need. Yeah. And because you're cutting these energies out of your life and you are no longer tolerating anything less than what brings you what you feel you deserve, this is going to lead to you materializing some of your manifestations a lot faster. So in this next chapter of your life, you're going to be choosing yourself first and foremost and last, I heard. Like, you guys could have, like, I want to get back to that initial message that I was trying to say before I got sidetracked. You guys could have dealt with a lot of toxic connections. This could have been like partners who kept you guessing or kept you questioning yourself. This could have been like gaslighting, breadcrumbing. There's this energy of maybe even like dealing with narcissists. This could be narcissistic parents, narcissistic friends, narcissistic relationships, like I said. This really feels like it feels like you're stepping out of a situation where you really had to like question yourself, or you were made to question yourself. And you were kind of made to doubt your own reality. That's what gaslighting is, right? Look at this Page of Swords. In this Page of Swords, he's holding the sword in front of him, but he's looking at it as like his face, he looked a little bit confused, right? So it's like you guys might have hidden this aspect of your life from a lot of people, or maybe not a lot of people know that or knew that you were in such a predicament, right? This could be like on the outside you have the perfect marriage, but inside of your relationship you are constantly, you're constantly dealing with someone who manipulates the way that you see things. This is like subtle, not, it looks subtle, but it's heavy-handed manipulation. You guys could have, this could have been like, a family unit with parents that just control and manipulate the way that you do things. Parents that use guilt trips. This is like the, oh, but like one day I'm not gonna be here, when they don't get what they want. This is, yeah, it's like there is this energy, pile number 3, of people using your emotions and your, specifically even like your memory, like your memory of something against you. This very much is giving gaslighting. It's giving, it's really giving gaslighting and manipulation heavy. So you guys are stepping out of this manipulation with that devil card. And then at first the Wheel of Fortune was on the back of the deck. You guys are stepping out of this manipulation. You guys are like essentially pulling the reins back, pulling your power back. Yeah, and we have the Queen of Cups with the 10 of Swords reversed. It's like you guys are done putting yourself in such a position. Maybe you've put yourself in such a position because you were sparing other people's feelings, or because you were sparing, the loss or the loss or the fallout of whatever this is, like you acting on whatever this is. I guess what I'm trying to say here is you guys may have allowed yourselves to deal with this kind of energy for too long because you were afraid of how the tower would crumble if you asserted yourself, or how people would feel, or how, but mostly I don't really feel like you were not doing anything or saying anything or standing up for yourself or really making moves. I don't feel like you were not doing these things. I don't feel like the inaction comes from, oh, I want to save their feelings, but it's sort of like I know that if I would have did X, Y, and Z, then this would be the fallout of the situation, and I didn't want to make a bigger mess for myself, right? But I feel like in this next chapter, you could have very recently gone through this, or this is what's going to happen in the next chapter, is where you say, you know what, I don't care about the fallout. I'm tired of things going the way that they're going. I'm tired of being treated the way that I'm treated. I'm tired of being undervalued. I'm tired of being made to look some sort of way that doesn't reflect the truth as it is. This is very much, I'm standing in my power. I'm taking my power back. It could have gotten to a point where emotionally you had to be like, oh my gosh, like, for a while you probably could have like been like I'm seeing somebody with like a straight face, but like with like that line smile, like kind of energy. So it's just like sort of neutral, but like kind of like you could tell they're kind of holding something back. So it's like you guys could have been in that energy where like you were holding back, and it could have gotten to a point where you're just like, I just can't take it anymore. I need to say something. I need to do something. I need to assert some sort of boundaries or express some sort of truth here. And that created or is going to create, if it hasn't happened for you, which for most of you it has already, like it's creating such a big shift in the energy here. It's like you guys are finally releasing the weight that was never meant to be yours to hold. Yeah, Five of Swords reversed, back of the deck, Temperance. It's like you guys might have been doing a lot to avoid conflict or avoid confrontation, but it's only through this Five of Swords that you get the Temperance. It's only through confrontation or conflict or whatever this is that you get to the calmer waters on the other side. Like, you have to go through the storm. This is not a storm that you could wait out. It's like, yeah, maybe you could wait and stay in the position that you're in, you know, and not go and choose not to go through that storm. But it's like your goals, your hopes, your dreams, the life that you want to live is on the other side of that storm. And if you really, really, really want to get to what you really, really want, you're gonna have to go through that storm, feel that storm, and conquer it, in order to get there. Wow, your reading is super straight on point. Like, it's just like, let's go, let's get this energy out. And that might be like where your energy is at right now too. You're just like, you know what? I'm tired of the games. I'm tired of the patterns. I'm tired of things being the way that they are. I'm tired of being systematically treated like this. Or for some of you guys, it could be systematic. It could be, you guys could be standing up for something really, really important. Like, people could be like, some of you guys could be like protesters, or like people who speak out against like prejudice and stuff like that. Like, anything, like, you guys could speak out against any sort of like, what is the word? I don't know what the word is, but like, you guys could definitely be like people who speak up for like marginalized groups, and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be you. For most of you guys, this is going to be on a very personal scale, but for those of you who can resonate with that message, then that's definitely for you. All right. And it's like, yeah, the Eight of Swords really wants to come out, and over the Eight of Swords, oh no, that's the Seven of Wands, and they're like bending their space with the Six of Wands. Wow, Seven of Wands, Six of Wands. Yeah, and then we have the Sun reversed, Eight of Swords reversed. So it's like, yeah, you guys kept yourself in this for a while, even knowing that this was not a situation that you wanted to be in, but you kept going in it. And I don't want to say that that didn't work out for you. Like, you didn't have to. You could have stood up before. But the energy of this now is like, since you've stayed in it for so long and you've been able to like really sort of like get your hands in the nooks and crannies of whatever emotions or deep-seated wounds or anything that this situation is bringing up, it's like you've gotten, because you stayed in the situation for so long, you've gotten yourself so acquainted with the feelings and the patterns and the traumas and the wounds that come from whatever this is. And you've essentially, because you've chosen to stay here so long, you've gotten to the point of being able to really master certain lessons and understandings and stuff like that that it might have taken a lot longer to digest or fully metabolize or transmute if you would have released this situation a while ago, because the energy of this situation feels so dense. And, you know, even if you would have walked away from this before, because I'm seeing that there was definitely opportunities for you to have done that. Even if you would have walked away from it before, you would have met it in other sources. But it's sort of like, since you kind of like stuck yourself in this problem and you allowed yourself to be in it for, and I don't want to say you stuck yourself in the problem, but because you've allowed yourself to finish and complete this cycle where you're at, metaphorically, spiritually, physically, emotionally, whatever resonates for you. Because of that, you have sort of cleared it in a way to where once this chapter like closes, it doesn't, once this chapter closes and your new chapter opens, it's like you won't have to deal with this energy moving forward, at least not in the same way or to the same intensity. You'll be better equipped to deal with it now that this chapter is releasing, now that you're releasing this chapter, right? You guys are the only pile that I didn't pre-shuffle your oracle cards. All right. First oracle card, Crocus, breathe, calm, rest, stop, and just be. I think that was the same one that I got in pile number 1. All right. Let's get a couple more oracle cards, like little tiny messages. You know what? I want to get a little bit more tarot on what this new chapter holds for you. Because, yes, this new chapter is about you releasing whatever that is. But I want to get, like, a little bit of, like, the new energy that we have coming in. The things that we have to look forward to. The King of Wands. A lot more confidence. Yeah, I feel like this is you being able to finally feel safe where you're at. Like, you don't feel... What is this trying to tell me here? It's like you feel like you can actually rest. You feel like you can pause, like you can take a minute. It doesn't feel like you have to, maybe in the past, you're used to being sort of like watched or judged. And in this new chapter, it's like, yo, we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. In this new chapter, it's like you feel confident to just be yourself and move the way that you want to move. You don't feel like you're being micromanaged. You feel like you're actually at peace, and you feel like you feel whole. For some of you guys, you could have felt like there was something missing for a very, very long time. And it's like now you finally feel whole again. And with this Queen of Wands, King of Wands, this could very well be like a partnership coming in. We have the High Priestess right here. Can we clarify this High Priestess real quick? We have the Chariot. For some of you, you guys can like kind of intuitively map out how this chapter is going to go for you in terms of like big wins and stuff like that. Because you guys know all the things that you guys have been holding yourself back from, because you were entertaining X, Y, and Z, right? Also with this King of Wands, Queen of Wands combo, especially with the Hierophant right there, even with the Chariot too, this is like that energy of mastering your creation or your creative output. This could be leveling up in areas where you are asked to create or be creative. This, like, if you guys are an artist, a content creator, a musician, whatever you are, if it is in the creative field, or if you are doing work in the creative field, expect that to go really, really well for you, or expect you to learn something about yourself or your process that you had never thought of before, and expect it to really like raise the level of your work, of your output, of your of what you make and what you create. Also, you can expect things to go a lot easier in love as well. We have the 10 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the 4 of Wands right here. This is like putting down the problems of the past and moving forward. It's fine. It's actually not even putting down problems of the past. This is finding better ways to work through problems and discussions and stuff like that as well. That could be happening with not even just romantic relationships, but it could very well be a romantic relationship with these these two couples right here, because on the back of the deck we have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is married to the High Priestess. The Queen of Wands is married to the King of Wands, so that's very interesting too. And I just saw the Ace of Cups. Yep. And we have the Devil trying to pop out again, but from a different deck. That's very, very interesting. So you guys have a lot of beautiful things coming in for you as well. All right, let's get to your other oracle cards. I'm going to pull 3 of these like little cards for you. They have individual messages. And then I'm going to read you 1 card from the Animal Spirit deck. So we have Ask with Sincerity. And so this could be saying that in your life you need to start asking the right questions. You need to start being a little bit more curious. It could also say that you need to be a little bit more inquisitive in areas that maybe you have a lot of preconceived notions about. This could also, with this Ask with Sincerity, be saying like if you guys have like something that you guys are like asking your spirits, asking God. Whoa there. Sorry, my phone was being weird. I didn't want it to fuck up the audio. But if you are asking your spiritual team, make sure that you're sitting down and you're actually asking the questions that you want to be asking. Or this could be a nudge that you should be asking your spiritual team some questions, asking them to send you signs. Yep, and your last 2 cards are Count Your Blessings. Okay, yeah, just 2. Count your blessings. So the more we recognize our blessings, even counting our blessings could help rewire our mind to focus on those blessings, right? And then we have Make Necessary Sacrifices. So for every goal that we have to sacrifice a part of ourselves. And the part of ourselves that we have to sacrifice, it's not like, oh, you have to give up your right arm in order to do this. What you need to sacrifice is all the habits and the lifestyle that doesn't get you there, essentially. You have to sacrifice your current lifestyle to attain the goals that you wish to attain, right? So your desired life will cost you this one. That's the quote that I was looking for. The life that you want will cost you the life that you currently have. And on the back of the deck we have Be True to Yourself. So that's self-explanatory. Let's get you a Animal Spirit card. That's 2. We're only getting 1. And it's really interesting because I expected your reading to be the shortest because of how upfront everything is. But there might just be a lot going on for you within this next chapter of your life. Because I have just not stopped talking the whole time. Alright, let's see. And you guys just have actually the longest pile out of all the piles. You guys got the same message as pile number 2. I don't know if I want to read that one. You guys might want to look at pile number 1 or pile number 2 because I got some cards from both of them. Just one. Thank you. Thank you. All right. The card that we have for you guys is the Wolf. Let's read it. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you, and this is going to be the last message. I'm probably not going to explain it because it'll probably be self-explanatory, or maybe it's just the seed that you need to hang on to close out this reading. All right, so the keywords are guardian of family and tribe, activism, and ritual. The wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, religious or political studies. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following. Embrace all, exclude none. When in balance, the wolf is reliable, democratic, and fearless. When out of balance, it's judgmental and dominating. To bring into balance, practice letting go. That could be a big thing here, changing too, because you are changing the way that you show up in connections. Because connections are changing for you. This might also prompt you to start changing certain things as well. And there's a lot of relational healing that's going on here. So this could be not just the people that, you need to leveling up. This could also very much be you. Or this could very well be talking about a situation that you are having with another person. Maybe there's another person in your life that you're dealing with that embodies this wolf energy. But take it however it resonates for you. And I will hopefully see you guys in the next. All right, like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like it, if you want to. And I'll see you later. Toodles.